So then guys, I don't know about you, I cannot believe it now that it's been around about a year since we had the iPad Pro M4 introduced. And a lot of you guys are wondering, what about the successor to this iPad Pro with the M5 inside of it? Well, today I want to tell you all the details about everything we know about the iPad Pro, when it's going to come out, what kind of upgrades we're going to see, and also will tariffs interfere with the pricing and things like this? Let's talk about all of this today. But quickly do a tiny bit of a summary of where we are with the iPad Pro right now. So like I said, it's been about a year now since we had the iPad Pro introduced with the M4 inside of it. Now with this, we had a lot of changes. First of all, we had a brand new design iPad Pro introduced for the first time, ever since 2018. So about 6 years now since we had a new design actually introduced. Now with this new design, one of the most special things about it is its thinness of this iPad Pro. If you actually get the 11-inch version, it's 5.3 millimeters thick, and if you actually get yourself, say, the 13-inch model, it's 5.1 millimeters thick. This is really, really thin for an actual mobile device, and in fact it's Apple's thinnest device they have ever made in a product. It's absolutely crazy. Now the other things that we got with this iPad Pro is that we also got the M4 chip introduced for the first time, and obviously it was about 6 months later or so when we got other devices with the M4, but this was the first one to have it, and obviously that M4 brought even better efficiencies and more performance. I would say the M4 was the biggest jump ever since we had the original Apple Silicon with the M1, and it was a fantastic chip and still is today in the likes of the current iPad Pro. Now the other thing that's also been introduced with the iPad Pro was also that new tandem OLED display, and I'm going to say this right now, it is definitely the best OLED display that I have ever seen in a mobile device. I'm talking laptops, tablets, phones. Definitely the best one I've ever seen out there. It's absolutely incredible with it. And the best thing that Apple managed to do with this iPad Pro is they managed to actually maintain the same 10-hour battery life with it. And then also at the same time, Apple also introduced a updated Magic Keyboard, and they also brought out the Apple Pencil Pro for the first time too. So this definitely was something quite special to get with the new iPads. Now, what you'll probably want to know is what's going to be happening now with the next generation of the iPads. Well, first of all, I want to tell you about the release date for it. Well, we've actually had leaks in telling us that the new iPad Pro is going to probably be coming out potentially at the end of 2025 or even into early 2026. If it is the end of 2025, the most likely time it's going to be after the iPhone event, the Apple Watches, and maybe AirPods. So what I'm talking about is I'm going to be talking about, say, the end of October 2025 or into the early November sort of time of this year. That is when the new iPad Pros are going to be coming out. However, what I will say is that we've also had mixed rumors telling us that the next generation of the MacBook Pros are also going to be coming out with the M5 chips inside it. So the M5, M5 Pro, M5 Max, and this is also targeted for around the same time, end of October, beginning of November. Now, personally, in my opinion, I do not believe that Apple are going to release the iPad Pro with an M5 and also the MacBook Pros with the M5 series inside of them all at the same time. I just cannot see this happening. So I think one or the other is going to have to switch around on its actual release time. So if the iPad Pro does get pushed out, more likely it's going to come out then probably January 2026 to March 2026. But the good news is that is less than a year from now when that does actually come out. But as we get closer to the release date, I think it's going to become more clearer if it's going to be the MacBook Pros or it's going to be the iPad Pro, what's going to be updated in 2025. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now, for other changes with the iPad Pro, it's more than likely that the actual same kind of design language, the tandem OLED, the battery life is probably all going to stay the same. It's not likely going to be any kind of upgrades in that kind of area because we just had a big one last year in 2024. But where it will get an update is probably going to be that chip inside of the iPad Pro. So I'm going to be talking about the M5 series. So the M5 is going to be put inside of this iPad Pro, and more than likely that this new M5 is probably going to have a few upgrades to a couple more cores in one area. Now that area where it's going to be is more likely going to be the GPU, because with the actual CPU, with the M4, well, it just got 2 additional cores last year, and this was the first time we actually got 2 additional cores in the CPU area. The M1, the M2, the M3, for the full fat version, as I like to call it, had 8 cores. For the first time, the M4 got upgraded with actually having 2 additional CPU cores. But what I would be saying is that the GPU cores didn't get updated with the M4, so it's more than likely that for the M5 that we're probably going to get, say, probably 2 more GPU cores added into the full fat version of the M5. So we're talking, say, a 10-core CPU and 12-core GPU inside of this. So this is going to be absolutely incredible. Graphics is going to be even better. And like I said, I expect that Apple are probably going to maintain the same up to 10 hours battery life with, say, this new iPad Pro for the 11 and 13-inch model. Now, something else to also get excited about is the giveaway we are doing on this channel for this right here. This here is a MacBook Air Sky Blue 13.6-inch model with an M4 inside of it. And I'm going to be giving this away to one lucky subscriber on this channel at the end of June time 2025, and you can enter into this giveaway right now. But just before I tell you how you do that, let me go over the specs of this, because this is a special one. This here has that full fat M4, so it's the 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU inside of it. It's also been upgraded to 24 gigabytes of RAM instead of the base 16 gigs, and it's also got 512 gigabytes of storage instead of that base 256 gigabytes that Apple offer right now. So like I said, this has been specced up a little bit. And all you have to do to enter into this giveaway is just put down in the comments below at this stage of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. Maybe it is going to be that new iPad Pro if it does come out. Maybe it'll be a MacBook Air. Maybe it'll be something nothing to do with Apple. It could be, say, a new Nintendo Switch 2. It could be, say, a DJI drone or something else completely different. Just let me know in the comments below right now. Now, the other part of the giveaway is going to be happening at the end of June time, where I'll be giving you more details about the giveaway in a video. And in those details, I'll be telling you a form to fill in, and also I'll be telling you when I'll be doing the live stream for this MacBook Air when we're going to give it away. So the best thing you can do right now is to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, because you won't want to miss out on that video. And plus, you want to be a subscriber too, because obviously I'm giving this away to a subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys that sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People are still trying to impersonate me. You know, they're trying to Telegram you guys, WhatsApp you, Instagram direct message, trying to be me. Please do ignore these people, or best you can see right here, please do report them. So finally, let's talk about the price then for the iPad Pros. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky. Now, if no word of tariffs were ever introduced in the last couple of months, I would be saying the iPad Pros will be maintaining the exact same prices as the last generation. So what I'm talking about is that the 11-inch model would start at $999 for that Wi-Fi model, and then if you wanted the 13-inch model, it would be $1,299 for that Wi-Fi model. But because tariffs, you know, it's up in the air at the moment, things could change here. Now, the big thing is we don't know exactly how tariffs are going to interfere with Apple's pricing structures as we continue out into 2025. Maybe they will interfere, maybe they won't. We just don't know at this stage. And we also don't know if the tariffs do come into play, how Apple are going to do this. Are they going to suck into their profits or all their products they make? Or are they going to do a bit of a 50-50 split? So, you know, maybe the prices might go up by $100 or $200 more on the iPad Pros, and Apple will also take a cut into their profits too. We just don't know how much of an impact this is going to be on these new iPad Pros. So what I would say for the second at the moment, I would just take the last year prices, yeah, that $999 and that $1,299 for the base configurations. I would actually just keep this in mind for the moment, but as we get closer to obviously this 90-day of tariffs, you know, expiring, or maybe things might change in that time, I will let you guys know what the prices are going to be the second we hear any more news about this. But if you do want to hear the latest news about this and also other Apple products too, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. And the other thing I'm going to say to you guys is that it's time to wrap up the video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And until the next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.